You think?
No, you sound
Wow,
great.
I sound great. So we're live. It's the fucking Bowler Sports Report. We got to hit him with it's the Bowler Sports Report. I mean, who else would it be? Dream Addict. You know what I'm saying? So that's who it is. And also, we got to tell the people subscribe, like, share, or don't. No pressure. It's on you. Do you? And Henry will say there is pressure on you.
There's
So
always pressure. There's always
it's a
pressure
mix.
to
It's
to
a mixed message.
subscribe.
So yeah, Bowler Sports Report. So this is the golden hour. Me and my boy Henry Garcia. You see the name in the chat, or right up on the screen. So we're going live. First topic. First topic. Lots of good energy. Takeaways from this Sunday. Do you want to take it away first, Henry? I got my notes.
Takeaways from this Sunday. I mean, one of the things that really popped out on the screen was that Kyle Shanahan, our coach, I think he he really got creative. He really used a lot of people. He didn't, it's almost like he didn't have Mason, he didn't have CMC, and he almost had no choice but to get everyone involved. But the most important person that he got involved was George Kittle.
Yeah.
And I love that. And that was the biggest takeaway of the game on offense is how much Kyle schemed up George Kittle and how well they executed. I mean, because he can scheme, as coaches, they can scheme all day and we can get upset when the players don't execute the play and be upset with the coach and all that. But the players got to execute. And from the line, making sure that Purdy had enough time to Purdy, making sure he was delivering the ball nicely to Kittle and all the other people he delivered the ball to. We'll touch a little more on that in a little bit when we get to Purdy. But, Kittle executed. Kittle is Kittle, man. He's been in the bag this whole time, and we pulled him out of the bag, and he came out, man, guns fucking blazing, and that's what popped out on offense. And on defense, what popped out for me was that Coach Sorensen came out with a plan and made Caleb Williams look like a damn rookie. I mean, he got sacked about 5-6 times, and in those sacks, YGM came through with 3 of them, and he looked nice. And we're going to need all that niceness from here on out, So he popped out of the screen looking really sweet. And what a difference a Hufanga makes, bro.
Yeah.
What a difference a Hufanga makes. And John Lynch came out and talked about how important Hufanga is to the secondary because of how well he communicates. It's not even the violence he brings when he hits hard and all how he has a nose for the ball and he always just finds himself around the ball. It's how well he communicates. So now we're stronger in communication back there. Like having Mustafa back there was great. Having Jair Brown back there was cool. But now we have someone who really knows how to put on a captain hat on and lead in the secondary and just compliment Warner and the type of communication Warner gives. So, yes, I'm pumped about what I saw. The takeaways were nice. What you got?
Didn't see that coming, bro. Didn't see. We're going to get to our picks later, but we both picked the fucking Niners to lose to the Bears.
Of course.
They look like so bad. So many injuries. Haven't shown any signs of life this whole season besides the third quarter against the Cowboys. Where was this? Didn't trust him to fucking people, all the chatter about Shanny and da-da-da-da-da. What about Kittle? Why didn't you target him? Da-da-da. Whatever it was, like, I didn't see this shit coming. And now, me going from solution-based, how do we get better? Draft position, setting ourselves up to get draft capital. We have limited. We don't have a ton of picks. We really got to maximize the talent is at the top. How do we get maybe a top 10 pick? And then now we fuck around and do this, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't see. I was like, what the fuck? And Garendo shining. Like, I'm like, yeah, more of that. Kittle,
Look,
boom. Jennings, boom.
oh,
YGM stepping up. Barch getting hurt. Ben Barch has been a pleasant surprise. Ben Barch going out in 10:08 in the second offensive drive. In the first quarter, Burford comes in seamless. This O-line doesn't give up a sack, bro. Jalen Moore is balling. So it's like, if I just upgrade at center and Ben Barch comes out, I'm on the belief of putting in Burford at right tackle and
absolutely.
go. So it's just
What?
all around. Huff coming back, amazing. Who could have seen that? YGM balling 3 sacks, 2 sacks by Leonard Floyd. Kyle Shanahan being aggressive, going for on a fourth, sealing the game. I went 24-0 at halftime. It was fucking phenomenal. I know
It was phenomenal. It was beautiful. I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know that they're the Bears. I ended on this.
Exactly.
I know that the main note is just the marquee is just like, I didn't see this coming. And that's why I titled the stream Fool's Gold. Is this Fool's Gold? So what was I gonna say? So I've watched the Bears. I watched the Bears play Detroit, take them to almost being able to tie or beat the Bears in the fourth quarter in Detroit. I saw them lose to Green Bay, and who got boat raced by the Lions, but lose to Green Bay by a blocked field goal. They lost to the Washington with the Hail Mary. Like, they've just been just one of those teams like the Niners.
They took the Vikings to overtime.
Yeah, there you go. Another good point. These are all good teams. So to do what we did against the Bears, and like I gotta say, I probably wasn't the best idea. Like, or you just were gonna do it. Like, if I'm a Bears fan, I'd be like, I'll on board and I'd be like draft position, da 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 da. But you take the guy, your coach, Eberflus, who I called getting fired, but that wasn't obvious. But you take him and you fire him the week, and you've got a guy who's never been an OC that was the OC, and all of a sudden that guy who's never been an OC is now the head coach. And you take the defensive guy out of the mix. And I guess I didn't do the breakdown, but certain people on the stream saying that the Bears came out playing a lot of like zone, and everybody knows Purdy struggles against man. So they're just a bad game plan by the Bears, but I don't give a shit. There's pros on that team. So it's just like, it's not like the Bears are just like the worst team ever. Obviously, it's a bad week, but unbelievable. Now it's like, what do we do? Are we going to fuck around? Are we going to win? Are we going to win out?
Look, I think that whatever the case is, it's true. You can say all the things. We played the Chicago Bears. There's nothing to write home about with that. They're Chicago Bears. They're still a young team. They're playing without a true head coach. You know, they're trying to man it down over there with their leadership. And they came out with an awful game plan, trying to play Purdy with zone.
It's just perfect transition. Let's go into that. Trying to play Purdy with zone.
Yeah, they tried to play Purdy with zone, and Purdy took care of business as far as like finding all the open men that he had. He missed on Pearsall on a wide open with that one, and he hits him in stride, and it's a touchdown. But even Purdy said he admitted that was on him. It just comes with a little more practicing with Pearsall and getting together. They're gonna eventually get those to be completions, to be big plays, that was a third down. That would have been a huge third down, if not a huge touchdown.
That's why I'm missing training camp and like practices in the season, all those games he missed. That's all reps you're not getting. So it's just like, I'm giving him Pearsall's getting a mulligan this year.
But I like
for the first half of the year.
But really quick before I jump into Purdy and how well he played and why he played so well, I just want to finish saying we can say all of that about the Bears, but one thing is for sure: this kind of win against a competitive team, because the players are still there, right? They didn't fire the players; they fired the coach. The players are still there. The players were getting the secondary didn't know what was what. They were just getting outran. They were getting outplayed. This kind of win is the type of win that can really get the building in Levi's just juiced up and ready for a Thursday night game. And then the whole league can fuck around and find out, So say what you want.
Fafo. Fuck around,
Say
find out.
what you want,
Yeah.
but this is the kind of win that just juiced up a 49ers team that if anyone has proven can level it up in December and pull rabbits straight out of their ass into January, it's the San Francisco 49ers. So that's that. Now, with Purdy. By the way, before I jump on to Purdy, bro.
Oh, is that a new Niner thing or what's up? Your sweater? Is that what are you talking about?
No. I want to talk about not my apparel. I want to talk about your apparel. I want to talk about your apparel real quick because I feel like you're embodying what the Niner Nation is kind of currently working through in their mind, and that is that it's wartime, and you got the army hat, bro. It's real deal time. It's time to go. It's do or die. You know what I'm saying? It's do or die. We're gonna talk more about that. We got a big game this week. We're gonna talk more about that. But I like the apparel because you look like
it's a hundreds hat too.
Good. That's good.
So don't just be out there.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
Back to Purdy.
Back to Purdy.
It felt like everything was going well for Purdy. It felt like Shanahan, Purdy's success was a lot because it's almost like Kyle realized I got to really set this dude up for success and go back to the things that allowed him to look good the past 2 years. And that is the nice intermediate routes, the quick screens, the play action, and everyone else around him executed. Kittle exploded with 6 catches for 151 yards, and just looking like George Kittle when he's not injured. Garendo had 2 catches for 50 yards.
I love it.
Just 2 catches for 50 yards, and both were great. And to be honest, both of those catches, if you go back and you replace the jersey and you put number 23 on that jersey, you would think it was McCaffrey. It was so clean the way those 2 catches were done, the way they schemed them up. I want to see more of that. That was really good. And I fingers crossed, we'll talk about that as well later. But Garendo, do what you got to do to heal up, get ready, because we needs you. We needs you. Who else showed up? Jawan Jennings is always showing up. He's the only one who's been showing up consistently all this season. He showed up, 7 catches for 90 yards. He had that catch and dive into the end zone for a touchdown on 3rd and 4. And that was spectacular, bro. He didn't have to dive, but he wanted to. He wanted to dive, bro. And so he dove. It was so good.
Dude, that game, bro. I was like, all right, this was up. Creative Kyle back in the building. People stepping up. Rookies shining. Love it. And D Winter's flying around.
Flying around.
Purdy. I love Huff. He's probably my favorite Niner. Huff.
Yeah.
My favorite Huff. Greenlaw.
What did you think about Purdy playing against the Bears pass D, which was leading into the game was a top 10. I think the terrible performance popped them into 11th now from what you mentioned when we were offline.
I think they looked impressive. I mean, what are we gonna say? There's nothing to say. Like it was obvious. Like it was just like not even have to break down the all 22. Just like getting guys open. Brian Baldinger, did you see his breakdown how to get tight end Kittle open?
I did. That was really good.
It was so good. It's just like boom, just watch that. Don't fucking watch Brian Baldinger. It's a minute and a half. I should have had that queued up, but some people have already shared that, so that's old, all kind of old. But check out Brian Baldinger's breakdown. But it was
everything Baldinger's so good.
Everything was on time. It was just look how the Niners looked when we were rolling last year. It was just like boom, boom, back foot, ball out, boom, 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 ball out. first down, long chunk play, boom, 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 creativity, scored in the red
Mhm.
zone, finished, aggressive, put on the throw, 24-0 at halftime. It was just it was a joy to watch, really. Like, it was just like, if that's what the fuck we got going on, then fuck all this draft position shit. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's show it. Because
Let's go.
the Rams beat the Bills, who
Yeah.
are a great fucking team. So maybe the Bills were feeling themselves and they had to come to the West Coast and whoop de whoop. And Stafford, if he's kept clean, he can carve you up.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to
We're
that
gonna
when
get
we
to
get
that.
to
So
the
let's move
preview.
on to our next topic. It's not even an elephant in the room. It's just a recurring theme. Kyle still can't rotate / keep running backs healthy.
Okay,
Still,
so that is a very triggering thing because
time after time.
it's like he doesn't understand how important it is to hold on to running backs and preserve them for when you need them. You know, like you hear all these things, and I've heard other folks that are content creators talk about how running backs they're like creatures of habit, and they need the rock. And I got into it one of the content creators because going back and forth about how Mason needed the rock, and sure enough, yeah, well, Mason, needed the rock and got injured, when back a few weeks back, like earlier in the season when he was getting banged up. And it's when you gotta kind of keep your players from harm's way, and being up double digits, you start getting, the second stringer in there for some more reps. Heck, even the third stringer, just so that they get some playing time, so they get a little familiar with the game speed, and you start doing that. But like, you, there was no need for Garendo to be there. The Bears were never a threat. The game was pretty much sealed. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think all those things. I just, like I said, it seems like this isn't a video game. You guys are human beings. Whatever it is, remember I was saying last stream, just like he needs to, like, because his attitude looks so shitty and everything. He just needs to, like, unwind and take some time this off season to kind of really work on his self health and help and all the shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just get whatever it is. Someone needs to tell him, like, hey, dude, when we got the lead or whatever, I know you got a thing where you just like to play the number one back like all the time. I think maybe he got in this mode because he used to split running backs when we had Mostert and Jeff Wilson and
Yeah.
other dude. He used to do shit like that. He even did it in Atlanta. And maybe it was a thing where CMC comes in and he just has this personality where that's why I think maybe, like, not to talk about this today, but like maybe long term not having, well, who knows how long it'd even be, maybe moving off of CMC, like he's maybe such a big like personality or name that it's almost like and he wants to be in there like every play.
Influence.
And
It's too much of an influence.
too much of an influence, and it's almost like the players calling his shot versus like, hey, we're trying to like win as a team, or let me try to preserve you. So Kyle maybe got out of his flow of knowing how to, like anything, it's just like neural pathways. Like if you're doing a
Totally.
certain thing a certain way the whole time, it's just easy to keep doing that, and you got to wait, stop, pivot. I need to tighten up or take a break or get back into working out or whatever the fuck it is in life that we can get caught up in this pattern. But I think maybe he's just in a pattern of like, oh, whoever the number one, that's just a dude, instead of like going to the other levels and like actually working on plays and folding in other running backs as part of his routine. Maybe he just needs to maybe this will be clarity. It's like CMC gone, Mason gone. All of a sudden I fucked around and got Garendo hurt in the fourth. Like,
Because
okay, Patrick Taylor, maybe just like he didn't trust Patrick Taylor, and we just added Izzy Abonaconda. Damn it, I had it. Izzy Either way, maybe it was just a thing where he just wasn't comfortable enough with Patrick Herbert in like a kind of a must-win game. But it just like he had the game in hand. There's no excuse to have not have rotated in Patrick Patrick Taylor, right? I'm calling him Patrick
Mhm.
Hurt. Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's just he just needs to get out of his own way. Because that guy
Yeah,
Izzy, he had good. He's like a 4-2 guy, 4-2
yeah.
something.
Ab-
So
Abanaconda.
Abanaconda. That's a good name.
Abanaconda.
All right. So should we move on to the 49ers playoff picture? What would it? What you gonna pick?
Yeah.
Because this is one of the games I won on our picks is Seattle won. So now that Seattle won,
Well, here's the
they're
deal. Okay, if you don't mind, I want to take it
oh,
away from here
take it away from here.
because I spent some time. I jumped on the ESPN playoff simulator,
Oh, I didn't even know they had that.
and I just went down the line, basically creating all kinds of different timelines from now to the end of the season to see all the possibilities. And there's really just two possibilities here. And there's only one possibility for the 49ers to win the division. Still, with how terrible
So
this
crazy.
season has been, there's still one timeline in where the 49ers can win the division. And it starts with first winning tomorrow. Absolutely. I mean, the Thursday. Absolutely have to win that game. And quite frankly, they have to win out to win the division. They have to win out. And then Seattle's road gets really difficult. And they gotta lose to the Packers on Sunday Night Football. And then they gotta lose to the Vikings the following week. And then they gotta go to Soldier Field and drop one to the Bears. Any
Okay.
of those, if that happens, they win the 49ers and the 49ers win out. It doesn't matter what Arizona does. It doesn't matter what the Rams do. The 49ers will be the NFC West division champs. If they win out and Seattle drops 3 straight.
Because you're saying if Seattle loses to the Rams and that fucks up a tiebreaker with us with the Rams, because if they have 4 games left, if they
I
just
know. They it doesn't matter. They can win against the Rams, and we'll still get third.
Why does it matter? Why is it so important if they lose to the Bears? A tiebreaker between us and because we beat the Bears, and if they lose to the Bears, that's why.
Exactly because of that.
Okay. Well, yeah, they got
Well, and not only that, if the Rams beat Seattle, then the Rams also have a better divisional record, and so then that would cause the Rams to be the division champs, and we would still get in the playoffs as the 7th seed. But we actually need the Seahawks to beat that's where it gets tricky. That's where it gets interesting. I was going to get there. If the Seahawks beat the Rams, they drop 3 and then put the cherry on top by doing us a favor and beating the Rams, we get the division. We win out. Seahawks drop 3 straight, go to LA and beat the Rams, we win the division. If we win out, but if they lose out, then the Rams get the division and we drop to 7th seed. Okay, does that make sense? I'm playing with this right here. I'll shoot you the link, man. This is a kind of fun. It's called the ESPN NFL playoff machine.
Okay.
And I've kind of been playing with it to see what's going to happen. And now another thing is if the Arizona Cardinals on week 17 beat the Rams, then it doesn't matter if if LA beats Seattle, we can still get the division that way as well.
Hmm. So the Rams, they play us, then their last 3 are at the Jets,
Jets.
Cardinals at home, and then the Seahawks at home.
Yeah. But if we win, if if the 49ers win on Thursday,
Yeah.
we just need the Rams to drop one
2 of
one of those divisional games.
yeah, okay. So, yeah, the Cardinals, they got the Patriots at home,
But
then the
even to win, and
then the Rams, and yeah.
and this is to win the division. This is to win the division. We
Yeah.
can still get in the playoffs, winning out, getting a 10-7 record, and go and we would beat out the Commanders for that 7th seed.
Okay, but the Commanders are 8-5 right now.
Yeah, but the Commanders.
So what? They would have to lose some of those games, obviously, because if they win out, they're 12-5.
I have them. Who are they playing? They play the. They play the
They play at the Saints, and then they play the
They're gonna win
Eagles.
because Cars.
Saints on the road,
there.
Eagles at home, Falcons at home, and they finish against the Cowboys week 18.
And then you said the Falcons?
Yep. The Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys.
I think the Falcons would win that game. But if they dropped that two of the next. That's why the easiest path is not to rely on the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Win out and get a lot of help from the Seahawks.
God, this is so crazy. So we're a last place team with 4 weeks to go, and somehow we can win the.
That's right.
Let me look at playoff little thing. I'm just
think about how crazy, how big the snowball effect will get starting this Thursday if they win.
Oh,
the snowball will get so big and it's coming down, and then next thing you know, you go into Miami. You get a mini bye week. First of all, you get a mini bye week to recoup. Maybe get some players a little more healthy. We don't know what's Bosa's situation. Hufanga can get stronger. Maybe I don't think Dre Greenlaw is going to play this Thursday. Maybe by the time Miami rolls around, he's ready to go and he's really juiced up. And Miami's a team that is still kind of they're in the same situation we are. They're like 6-7 as well, and in the hunt. But I think that's a winnable game. And then all of a sudden, bro, we got a Monday night meeting against the Detroit Lions, and the 49ers are really feeling themselves at home.
Ooh, and maybe they're resting some guys. Maybe. Because they've won 11 in a row. Detroit. Imagine that's week 17. Let me look at
see, because their division is raw dog, bro. Their division is insane, and I think they play. The Lions play the Vikings for the last week, so they don't want to be dropping games. I mean, I don't know how much
they're the number 1 seed at 12-1.
Yeah, I know, but
if Philly starts, their closest thing is
okay.
Philly.
They play the Bills. They play the Bills.
If Philly drops a couple games and they have it sewed up for the number 1 seed, they might actually rest some guys 17 and 18.
But it's not just about the number 1 seed. Heck, they can mess around and lose a couple games and end up a wild card because the Vikings are still on their ass. The Vikings are 10-13.
Yeah. So the Vikings would have to lose, and the Eagles, if they dropped a couple in a row, then that might change how they approach 17, because they play the Bills on Sunday, then the Bears, then us on Monday Night Football, and they finish out against the Vikings.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, if the Bills are going to Detroit knowing they let one down in LA. I think they're going to go and they're going to give it all to the Detroit Lions, and I think they, I don't want to say they're going to win, but that's a toss up. It's definitely not a W for the Lions.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Oh, don't do that.
This is wild. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. This is must watch TV. This is playoff football from here on out. The 49ers are like basically a college football team trying to get to a bowl game by just winning and living week to week, moment to moment, play by play, quarter by quarter, inch by inch, yard by yard. I mean, this is why we watch,
So basically, bottom line, but if we lose on Thursday to the Rams, we're cooked.
We're cooked.
Okay. So moving on.
The timeline ends there.
So we got you heard. Next segment, because it's 6:04. So we'll go real through. So basically, there's it's a review of our picks. So I'm gonna. Good thing we didn't fucking bet like real money. Good thing we were just talking about it, because this is how it went down. So first game we picked was Carolina getting 13.5. I picked Carolina because, like I said, they took
put Henry and Garcia go 5-7.
Oh, I like it. Henry and Charles. Let me edit that shit.
Who cares? Who cares? Keep it going. That's
funny. It's both of us, bro.
Yeah. So we both went 5-7. Okay, let's move on. We sucked.
No, but I'm just saying that the little support. Like I picked Carolina getting 13.5, and they actually Philly won by 6. So that was one thing, and then there's multiple games that we took the same. Like we got killed with that Bears pick. Anything else? Fuck it. We don't got to go through all the bullshit. I did hit on the Arizona beat. You took Arizona, and I took Seattle, and Seattle smoked them 30-18.
All right, 5-7. We got it. We sucked. Let's move on.
We both went 5-7. All right, so here we go.
Move on.
And we were moving on. Henry and Garcia both went 5-7, bro.
All right, guys. We just talked about this, Chuck. This is the game. This is the game of the week, and all football fans in America are going to tune in, because whether you love them or you hate them and you want to see them fail, people tune into a 49ers game.
Yeah.
This is an NFC championship caliber team that's been banged up, that's been riddled with just an awful season of all kinds of things happening, and the season is on the line on Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime. So everyone's going to be watching, and I'm going to be watching, and you're going to be watching, and we're going to jump on here and talk about the game afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that for me, Kyle has to continue to do what worked against the Bears pass defense this Thursday if they have any shot, because it worked. It worked. They pass defense that the Bears have is significantly better. Yeah, they were running a zone, but they're significantly better in talent than the Rams. They just are. And the Rams' current pass defense is ranked 23rd. It's like way down there. So this is actually gonna be a game. And I think that this performance that Purdy's gonna have in this game against that pass defense is going to remind some people why he deserves to get paid some money, because he's going to show up and he's going to show out, and We gotta get on our knees and pray to whoever we pray to that Guarendo's okay. And we got to make sure that he hits on that field, because if he does, the Niners were really good the last time we played the Rams. The Niners had let's see here. I wrote this down somewhere. 49ers had like 137 yards the last time they met on week 3 with Mason, and Guarendo had some touches. But I think we can replicate that again against that. Their run defense isn't that great either. It's like it's ranked 28th. The rush defense of the Rams is ranked 28th in the league. Yeah. So we didn't
have Kittle.
And we didn't have
we played him.
Yeah, so we got to, like, Kittle can't be just blocking. Like, he needs to be getting fed. 49ers need to run the ball down their throat. Fingers crossed Mason's in there. If not, let's go. Patrick Taylor Jr. Yep. Time to put on that big boy pad and go slam into some Ram defenders and get some yards and get churning and get creative. Kyle's got all kinds of creative plays. Let's pull. This is a game where you sprinkle in some trick plays, 1 or 2, and you because this is it. This is the season. So we got to be able to sprinkle in some plays, some gotta have it plays. And let's not forget, the Rams spoiled an incredible performance by Juwan Jennings the last time they played. Juwan had 11 receptions for 175 yards and 3 titties, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Third and Juwan is definitely looking forward to another crack at the Rams defense. Like, he is pissed off right now. He's pissed off that they ruined his day. That was his coming out party. He was the person least talked about all season. Some people were even like, why did they even pay him that? I can't believe we paid Juwan Jennings that before we finalized the IU contract. Well, guess what? That's our number 1 wide receiver you're talking about right now.
Right now, yeah.
Special teams has to be flawless. Special teams has to be flawless. The Rams beat us with trick plays the last time. They had that fake punt that kept the ball going. Our kick return team allowed a 60-yard return in the final minutes. I think that's where they set themselves up to kick a field goal because of that, the winning field goal because of that. So we got to make sure we don't do anything like that. Hell, I would even say the Rams were able to beat and snatch momentum away from the Bills this past weekend because of that blocked punt that went back for a touchdown.
Wow. Say that last part again.
The Rams had a blocked punt that went back for a touchdown against the Bills.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that game.
And they won by 2 points.
Fuck. What was it? 44-42, something like that?
44-42.
Wow.
And so I mean, this is going to be I'm going to keep my eyes on that. What the special team can't let us down there. I mean, they got to be talking about this. Like, Kyle has to be calling in our special teams coach in the office and telling him, "Hey, man, it's December. And what we do in December, people remember." You know what I'm saying?
So lock in.
Lock in, buddy.
Oh, God. Hey, real quick. So I was just checking the injury report, and it brought up some interesting, because first thing I was wondering was, like, what's up with Greenlaw? So he's limited. He was limited in practice.
He's limited in practice, but based off of what Kyle's verbiage,
not coming back,
it doesn't look like he's actually going to play.
Okay, for this week.
And
then Gross YGM was limited. Malik Mustafa limited. D Winters limited. Flanagan Fowles limited. Garendo, Bosa, Barge did not practice. So I'm assuming Bosa doesn't. I just don't see how Bosa can be that hurt and be in that much pain and even come back. I could see him not coming back unless we make the playoffs, honestly.
Exactly. Like it's if we not even that, I think if he's in that much pain, who knows, 2 weeks can go a long way with the kind of treatment these guys get. You know what I mean? Like they've got the best of the best working on their bodies right now. They got all the tech, all the medicine at their disposal. So
sometimes you just need time for things.
Exactly, but in 2 weeks, we win Thursday, we win the following week against Miami. Maybe he's looking good because it's a Monday night game, so that's an extra day of rest. Maybe he's ready for that one because that's a gotta have it game. You need all of your star players for that game. Maybe that's a game he could possibly return, but like you said, I don't know if he'll be back unless it's a playoff. Unless it's a playoff game.
I was gonna say the offensive line is interesting because
real quick, I got to get off in 5.
We're done. This is it. Offensive line interesting. Ben Barch did not practice. His injury, it says ankles, like plural. Like what the fuck? So I feel like he's not playing, but he's been a pleasant surprise. And then Burford plugs in at left guard. The line is giving up a sack. He plays well. My question to you is if Banks and Jalen Moore is playing well. So I don't even know about like where's Trent Williams' ankle did not practice. So I'm thinking maybe hold Trent out again, let Jalen Moore rock. And then this is the question. So Aaron Banks was a full participant on Monday's practice from his concussion. So my question to you, Henry Garcia, is if Banks says he's healthy, he practices, do you fuck around and play Banks and mess with what's going on since Bank was kind of backsliding, or do you let Burford rock at left guard?
I would keep Burford in there, and I would start Burford and let obviously Banks if he's ready to play, then we reintroduce him and see how he does, and base off of performance, he can gain merit. But I think you
start Burford.
I think you start Burford.
And Banks, in case Burford gets hurt, you plug Banks in.
Not even that. Just like you can play what are the plays that Banks excel in? Does he excel in the run or does he excel in the pass? Do you know?
Question. I haven't looked at his stats versus PFF. No. Do you know?
He excels in the run. For some more run games. We know he doesn't excel in the pass because we've seen what happened. Some people would blame him for losing the Super Bowl.
They blame Banks or that wasn't it the right guard who they were trying to blame? Who was it? Who were they trying to blame on that last play where they didn't pick up a guy and Kyle got cute?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not even talking about that. There was other plays sprinkled throughout the Super Bowl. Yeah, where
I never rewatched it. I couldn't. I never rewatched that shit. Fucking bad times. All right, so it's 6:17. We're gonna jump, but we gotta let the people know one more time. It's the golden hour. It's the Boller Sports Report. I mean, who else would it be? Dreamatic. Also, no pressure, but subscribe, like, share, or don't. No pressure. It's on you. Do you?
No, you got to stop doing that. There is pressure. People need to like. People need to subscribe. Everyone needs to please like and subscribe. We're trying to create something here. We're trying to create some Niner content. We're very, very enthusiastic about the 49ers. We believe in them just as much as everyone out there believes in the 49ers. That's part of the faithful nation. So we want to subscribe. We want to like it. I'm petitioning that Chuck never plays that again.
We'll upgrade it. Don't worry. I got a whole other. We're gonna have some bells, some whistles. It's gonna be real dope. Yeah, I petition heard. Petition heard. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna jump out of here. Love y'all. Go Niners versus the Rams, and this is it.
Go Niners! Let's go faithful!